Hey guys, Jonathan here, and today I wanted to have a discussion about LEGO Marvel Army building, specifically with the Iron Legion Battle Pack, if you will, that we just got from LEGO Marvel in August of 2024. Now, that set gives you this build over here to the left, one Hydra Trooper, one Iron Man, and two Iron Legions, but thanks to LEGO for sending me a couple additional ones, I've actually dumped out the pieces and built a combined model that's even more robust that we're going to take a look at in today's video. So the idea is I want to have a giant army of Iron Legion troopers because, well, let's face it, we don't get very many army builders on the LEGO Marvel side of things, so I think this is a fun opportunity to build up a giant army and see how many I could get as the time goes by. That being said, the more sets I buy, though, the more bricks I'm going to have, and I really think that I'd like to build out a giant castle wall, just like the movie, but using only pieces from this set. So let me show you how I did that build, and of course, as of right now, I've got 6 Iron Legions, and maybe if I get more, I'll just keep making videos as it gets bigger and bigger. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at the wall comparison and show you what you could do with more than one copy of the set. So as you can see, I technically do have 3 copies of this set. One I purchased myself and 2 LEGO sent me, and this is what you get in the normal set. It's a perfectly fine little wall build. At $20, I think you get a pretty good price per piece ratio, and it makes for a solid build. That being said, there's not really any room on the interior for storytelling or anything, and beyond that, it's just kind of basically what it is. So, I used my extra 2 copies of the set to dump out the pieces and see what I could go ahead and build here. So, I had to use the same general idea of it being like a wall, but as you can see, I was able to use 2 of these giant long white pieces to build a pretty wide base for the set. Now, I used the greenery all around to kind of use it for like camouflage up top as well as down bottom, and then because it is 3 windows, one window had to get used creatively inside because I forgot to mention this, I used every single piece from both sets except for these 2 plates. So this mock that you're seeing here uses every single piece provided if you dump out 2 copies of the set. That being said, it's a very large, robust wall. And when we flip it around, there's a lab in the back where they're working on, the tech from Loki's staff. They're making these little, power plant pieces here. Then, of course, we've got these buttons, which theoretically, you could have your Hydra agent here and twist them back and forth like they're punching away at the computer. And in my mind, that controls the 2 turrets up top. Now, the 2 turrets are, of course, based very similarly off of the one from before, but this time we actually have 2 stud shooters up top instead of those being on the cannon in the middle, and I also used the extra long lightsaber pieces as, I don't know if you would want to call them like structural, or maybe they're more guns or something like that, but either way, I really like that. You'll want to use 3 of the round plates to make it tall enough that it could swivel over the wall here. And speaking of the wall, I used those round discs up here to be a spot where you could have your Hydra Trooper up top with an additional gun to be fighting off the Avengers as they get closer. Remember, I used that 4th wall here, and we do have a small gap here that I just couldn't figure out a way to have that filled in, but it honestly kind of works out well. I like the way that the ground has all kinds of different colors and things like that, and I like that by the point that technically you would only have 2 Hydra Troopers if you bought 2, but also, if you had 3, you could rip apart this model in my left hand and add it to make an even bigger wall, but I wanted to have both side by side so you could see the scale difference, and I'm really impressed with 2 copies of the set, how much more robust it can be and how much larger the model can be overall. So that's a pretty quick look. I wish that I could make instructions available to you guys, but I have no idea how to make instructions, but it's a pretty straightforward build too, so you could probably just pause the video at different points and go ahead and build this yourself, since we'd all be working with the same pieces anyways. With that being said, let's go ahead and round out the video and call it a day. Alright guys, be sure to hit like and subscribe down below. Let me know if you plan on doing any Iron Legion army building, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.